It's a newspaper's duty to print the news and raise hell. That famous quote from American editor Wilbur Story are certainly words we live by at Hawaii Reporter. While many Hawaii news organizations are concerned their reporters will offend someone powerful, causing them to lose advertisers and access or be sued, Hawaii Reporter has focused on reporting the real news, regardless of who's offended and despite facing these very same threats. And there's no doubt we've made an impact. So where you lived?
Yeah, this is my house.
Ask him how small. It's very small. We took you to Tony Law's farm in Kahuku to show you how many of Hawaii's illegal laborers live and work. Workers like Cam Phan have been smuggled into Hawaii from Laos and made their way into more than 24 Asian farms on Oahu. Several of these workers were hospitalized after spraying illegal pesticides without the proper equipment, protection, or training. Some died. Our series of stories led to an ongoing federal and state investigation into the use of illegal pesticides on our foods, as well as the extensive and deadly human trafficking operation that has reportedly led to some 1,000 people from Laos moving here over the last decade. Next, we took you to Chinatown to show you the extensive illegal foreign lottery operation that's run out of many shops, restaurants, and stores. Our 6-month undercover investigation showed that while any form of gambling is illegal in Hawaii, gambling, which ranges from sports betting to illegal lotteries and card games, is one of Hawaii's favorite pastimes, and it isn't just happening on trips to Las Vegas. The organization we uncovered is likely bringing in millions of dollars, and it's run by 2 Laotian women who live in public housing and are on welfare. They are known as the Queens of Lottery, and their only sign of wealth is their 2012 Mercedes-Benz in the parking lot of the affordable housing complex. The FBI, IRS, and Homeland Security investigations teamed up with the Honolulu Police Department to follow our undercover sting, and they completed their own undercover operation. On April 30th and May 1st, Hawaii Reporter followed along as federal agents confiscated records, receipts, and a safe filled with cash. While the bust put on hold that major operation, which potentially involves hundreds of people and millions of dollars, illegal gambling operations are pervasive throughout the islands, particularly in Chinatown. We heard that an underage girl was working here, and so we wanted to find out about it. Yeah.
No more underage.
And what about that child with special needs that we found who worked at a brothel, which operates openly next to at least 2 other brothels at 350 Ward Avenue? The building is owned by Victoria Ward's property, and a prominent Hawaii lawyer has held the master lease for the building, where several of these brothels have operated for nearly uninterrupted for years. At Hawaii Reporter, we always try to get to the truth, even if it takes a little digging or a trip to court. Most recently, we went to the court with the Star Advertiser and Hawaii News Now to ask the court to unseal records and a video that the prosecutor wanted to keep hidden until Special Agent Christopher Dede is tried for the murder of Kailua resident Colin Elderts. Dede's attorney, who maintains his client was attacked first, said the video will clear his client. We believe the public should know the whole story. Jim's report on the state security's senior enforcement attorney, who had tremendous power over Hawaii's regulated businesses, revealed he owed some $900,000 in back taxes and child support and was being sued for fraud and sanctioned by the Hawaii Supreme Court for mishandling client accounts. But he'd been hired by the state anyway for an important job. After Jim's stories were published, that attorney resigned. Amazingly, a story about the 2006 dam breach on Kauai continues to be in the news even today. Hawaii Reporter has broken key stories about the owner of the dam and what he allegedly did to his property that led to the breach. While many news media have avoided digging into this story because the owner is a wealthy and influential businessman whose family's business buys hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising in local media each year, Hawaii Reporter has followed the evidence to get to the truth about what caused the deaths of those 7 people, including a 2-year-old boy and his parents, and a mother who was 7 months pregnant. Our coverage caught the attention of ABC 2020. Here's a clip from that investigative news report. The county inspectors are told very clearly, stay away from Jimmy Pfluger.
And did he stop the work?
And no, he didn't stop the work. The owner was later charged with 7 counts of manslaughter, and his trial is pending. After our notes, documents, and reporters were subpoenaed by the dam owner, the Hawaii State Legislature passed a journalism shield bill that temporarily protects our organization and other local media from revealing sources and unpublished notes in legal cases. Here is a segment from PBS's Island Insights where our attorney Jeff Portnoy was talking about our case.
A reporter cannot have to worry about being subpoenaed in a lawsuit.
Getting the news can be challenging, and sometimes the people we interview are nasty, retaliatory, and even downright icy. Congresswoman Mazie Hirono didn't want to speak with us about Ed Case's criticism that she won't debate him and that she hasn't released her agenda or views on anything except sustainability. What about a statewide debate on one of the television stations? Why not do that?
We're doing a statewide debate, you know that.
I mean on a TV station.
Any other questions?
One of our most remarkable stories involves a prominent and well-connected University of Hawaii professor who's advocated for the Honolulu Rail, legalizing gambling and marijuana, and increasing the minimum wage. He has many ties to lawmakers and is frequently seen in the halls of the legislature. After learning he and his wife may be operating the Volcano Girls escort service from their Waikiki apartment, Jim Dooley went undercover, making an appointment with Kendra Kane. She's described on the Volcano Girls website as smoking hot, a busty Caucasian of Brazilian descent. Over the years, we've had many newsmakers from Hawaii and around the country make an appearance on Hawaii Reporter television.
Voters are doing what we asked them to do, which is just think it through. Don't do a knee-jerk reaction about how you should or shouldn't vote or what anybody told you to vote. Think about who you want your next senator to be.
Mayor, we wanted to ask you about Ernie Martin. Chair Ernie Martin seemed pretty upset with you today at the council meeting. I don't know if you got to follow that, but he said you sent a letter on May 4th that was disrespectful, premature, showed you didn't have confidence in your staff. Can you tell us your response to that? What did this letter say, by the way?
The answer is no. I'm not going to discuss that until I've had a full debriefing with Doug, so that'll be something that comes later. But I have tremendous confidence in my staff.
Last night in Kapolei was a disaster. These people try to intimidate the speakers and all that. You can't have that. You can't give in to something like that. So I'm here to support the folks who are here to speak.
Do you see this as part of a pattern? Like right now, for example, they're turning around, looking right at you and directing their conversation to you. Do you see this as part of a pattern?
Oh yeah, they're like trained SEALs, you know what I mean? They're doing what they probably practice. But maybe they should practice learning a little bit.
American publisher Philip Graham said news is the first rough draft of history. The Hawaii Reporter team has documented the many stories that make up Hawaii's last decade of history. Winston Churchill said it best when he wrote, "A free press is the unsleeping guardian of every other right that free men prize. It's the most dangerous foe of tyranny." We look forward to shining the light in Hawaii for many more years to come.